Hello everyone! Today we are going to revisit the USGenWeb Project. There have been some significant changes since we last visited in 2018. You can navigate to the USGenWeb Project site simply by typing usgenweb.com in the address bar of your favorite browser. The USGenWeb Project is a group of volunteers working together to provide free online genealogy help and information for every U.S. state and county. The project was established in 1996. The USGenWeb Project is now 24 years old. Think of what has happened in the last 24 years in the genealogy space. It has absolutely exploded. This project was started by a group of genealogists who were very forward-thinking and shared a desire to create online centers for genealogical research. As you look through the information on this site, you will find that the information can vary widely from state to state, depending on the volunteers in charge. If you would like to help with this project, look under the tab labeled Volunteer Support for information. There are 6 tabs across the top of the page. Here is the list of topics under the Research tab. Here's a couple of them. Begin to research, diseases, helpful links, immigration, oaths, sources, occupations. See the possibilities? As the years have flown by, you will find that much of the information on this site can be found elsewhere, but it doesn't hurt to check out this site. You may just find that golden tidbit that you didn't know existed. To navigate to the state of your choice, look at the top right-hand corner under Select a State. Choose your desired state from the drop-down menu, or just click on your desired state on the map. Either method will get you to the same place. This notice from the RootsWeb administration is one of those notices that you will want to read. The USGenWeb Project has had mailing lists that were housed on the RootsWeb server. As of March 2nd, 2020, the mailing list functionality will be discontinued. Mailing lists will be put into an archival state. You can read the rest of the information for yourself. A new mailing list has been created. To see that list, click on the mailing list. Read and follow the instructions. Also note that the USGenWeb Project has a Facebook page. This group was created in 2015. It is a private group, so you will need to join. So let's take a look at what is under the Resources tab. This is where you land when you click on the Resources tab above. There's a lot of information here. Some of the sites may seem a little clunky when compared to what we are used to, but boy, don't discount any information in there. Be a little patient and realize that what the organizers created in 1996 took a monumental effort at that time. Take a look at the different sites. I've highlighted just a few. There's a clickable map that will take you to the Pennsylvania County websites. Don't know what newspapers were published in Pennsylvania? Or whatever state you are researching? Then look for the listing. Here's the listing for newspapers in Pennsylvania. Another helpful section are the sites listed under Government Resources. Most all of the states have some sort of government resources listed. Let's take a look at the Pennsylvania newspapers a little closer. There are 2 of them listed. The Times-Leader published its first newspaper in 1879. The Citizen's Voice was first published in 1978. Both of these newspapers are published in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. However, if you say Wilkes-Barre, you are definitely an outsider. Wilkes-Barre or Wilkes-Barre is the correct pronunciation according to my dad, who grew up in the area. This is a recent front page from the Citizen's Voice online edition. Notice the big announcement in the red box. 41 years of digital archives are now available online. How awesome is that? I decided to go searching to see where the digital archives landed. Aha! A familiar site, newspapers.com. Newspapers.com Basic Edition is a subscription that is available bundled in with an Ancestry All Access membership. You can also pay for Newspapers.com as a standalone membership. Be sure to check out local libraries and local universities as they may offer this website for public use. Here's an example of the results I got just by searching, even though I wasn't even signed in. And looking at this, these are my people. I would definitely find a way to see these full articles. Your results may vary. I did see newspaper sources listed for most of the states I looked at on the USGenWeb Project site. Here's the county page for Pennsylvania. I am interested in Luzerne County. With that in mind, I look for Luzerne County. Let's take a look at this page, and let's ignore the archives for a minute. Right under the archives link is a little about the county. Luzerne County, Pennsylvania was formed in 1786 from Northumberland County. Note that the Luzerne County Coordinator's name is listed. Also note that she doesn't live in Luzerne County and can't provide lookup or research assistance. In my experience, if you need lookup or research assistance, you head to the local Facebook group. I have found them to be gracious and very willing to help. We'll take a look at the archives in a moment. Here's a good chunk of the links listed on the Luzerne County page. Here is the township map for Luzerne County in 1893. This is definitely of interest to me because my great-grandparents lived in that tiny little coal mining town of Wannabe, located in Newport Township, as shown here with the arrow. They were grinding out a very meager existence in the anthracite coal mines. This is a look at the Luzerne County Archives page. There is some interesting information here. Some of it's old text files from the early days, and some of it is more modern. No matter the form, I am just glad to have it. Let's look at a few categories at the moment. Some cemetery records are here to supplement what you may find on billion graves and Find a Grave. Some military records might be here and also on Fold 3. Be sure to check both. Obituaries are found here and also on lots of newspaper sites and the big genealogy websites. Same thing with census records and land records. Nevertheless, it is always good to see what is available for your person of interest. The USGenWeb Project was definitely ahead of its time. I love to read the history located in these text files. I appreciate so much those who took the time in the 1990s and early 2000s to share their hard-earned research. This was one of the penny postcards I found on the USGenWeb site for Pennsylvania. I had relatives living in Nanticoke around this time in history. Notice the cars. It's fun to imagine how your ancestors lived if you can get an idea of their surroundings. Notice the shoe store on the right. Did we ever imagine that we would be ordering shoes without trying them on, and that brick and mortar shoe stores, or any stores, would practically go the way of the dinosaur? Of course, you can probably find some of these types of postcards on eBay too. Just think, can you imagine what your ancestors would have thought about eBay? I was digging around the internet one day and found this picture of Lily Lake. I have one really fond memory of swimming in Lily Lake when I was 10 years old. I got out of the lake and there were these little creatures all over my legs. It looked like they were glued on. I found out that they were leeches. Yuck! My newest Lily Lake experience is much more pleasant. I found an older relative that has helped me fill in the blanks on our shared history. I love this picture because she lives in this area, and she remembers the leeches too. Aside from that, in listening to her stories, I found out that her uncle was the best friend of my great uncle. It's a small world. I also found out that this great uncle of mine built the house that she still lives in today. This is very significant to me, as this great uncle of mine was estranged from his brother, who was my grandfather, and we didn't know anything about this great uncle. Now I have some stories to go with the one picture of my great uncle that I have. This great uncle has not been forgotten. I hope that this tour through the USGenWeb Project has been helpful. Give the USGenWeb Project a try. You never know what you might find. Please visit our homepage to find out more about our one-on-one help in library classes and library resources. And please be sure to subscribe to our BYU Family History YouTube channel for more short family history videos and in-depth webinars. Thanks for watching and have a great day.